myself. I didn't go on there and just like search it out. But I saw it was 60 something, 65. That's so the immediate reaction would be for me to be like, what the fuck, 65? This is, bro, I've been in this shit too long, bro. Like I just have. I feel like ESPN's whoever is gonna release a list to get that reaction, from the mass crowd and be like, there's no way this person's supposed to be this low or this high and this is that. Bro, they playing their role, and I'm gonna go out there and show them why it ain't 65. It's really just that easy. I can sit here and, like I said, woe with me, be pissed off about it, or go out there and hoop. And for the ones that actually know hoop, realize why I'm a top five center in this league. So,
I know you're bullshitting. I know you're bullshitting. You know what? I appreciate it, but I know you're bullshitting. Alex, am I high right now? I think I'm high right now. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm high right now. This motherfucker just said that he's a top 5 center in the NBA. I have yet to see it. Okay? I have yet to see it. I honestly, you know what? I'm at a point now where I don't even care. Okay? I don't. You know what? Let's see it. Because it's just that easy. I'm going to show everyone why I'm a top 5 center in the NBA. It's just that easy. So you mean to tell me for like the past 8 years, you could have been a top 5 center in the NBA and you just are choosing not to? like that's the message I got. It's like, it's just that I feel like I can do anything. Well, Nikola Jokic is better than him. Okay, Joel Embiid's better than him. Bam Adebayo's better than him. Anthony Davis, depending on if you want to count him as a power forward or a center, is better than him. Karl Anthony Towns, when he played center, is better than him. Rudy Gobert's better than him. Nikola Vucevic is better than him. DeAndre Ayton is better than him. Okay, Domantas Sabonis is better than him. I mean, like, that's 9 already. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, Myles Turner has done a lot of talking this offseason as far as like, because the All-Star game's in Indiana, so I'm going to be there. Guarantee it. Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't know if Myles Turner knows this or not, but 15-7 doesn't make the All-Star game anymore. Okay, this isn't the fucking 70s, okay? Like, in order to make the All-Star game, these days, okay, you have to really, really impact winning on your team, which Myles Turner doesn't really do. I mean, his win shares is like 5.2, something like that. Like, for comparison, okay, Jalen Duren, who was a rookie, had almost similar offensive win share and defensive win share numbers to Myles Turner and just regular win share numbers, okay? Like, by the time this season is over, Jalen Duren will probably have better advanced metrics than Myles Turner in his second year in the league. Okay, Mark Williams is a guy who looks like he's got promise. Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren are all going to be better than him. Okay, like, it's just the idea. I like the confidence, I do, but you can't come out and make statements like that. Okay, and then not back it up. You can't come out and say, I'm a top 5 center in the NBA, and then guarantee all-star appearances, and not back it up. And I'm sorry, but I have no faith in that. I don't. I don't think Myles Turner's that good. And, I mean, to be fair, the whole point that he's talking about is the fact that he was listed 65th out of 100 players on ESPN's top 100. Now, I will agree with him to an extent. I feel like ESPN puts out these lists to get people to talk about the list and say, oh, well, this person doesn't belong here. Because I really do. Like, they had Zion Williamson in the 50s. All right, so, like, and I get why he's there because he's injured all the time. But, like, when he plays, he's a damn good basketball player. But it's just the idea, man. Like, I have watched Myles Turner for 8 years now. And the fact of the matter is, this guy's a 13-7 guy on average, okay? And an up year for him is 17-8. Like, does he not realize that in order to be an all-star, you have to be putting up like basically 24 or 25 points per game? And at the center position, no less, like, let's put it this way. If you're a center, like a true center, and you want to make the NBA all-star game, I think Rudy Gobert is probably the lowest statistical guy who's capable of making it outside of Jokic and Embiid. Okay, you got to be putting up like at least a 15-15. And I do not see Myles Turner doing that. I'm sorry. I have no faith in it. So we will have to wait and see. But at the end of the year, okay, if Myles Turner does not make an all-star team, Okay? You can believe. I'm going to put the tweets together. I'm going to put the video clips together. And we're going to revisit this at the end of the year. Because I'm just going to be honest. If Myles Turner could actually play at a top 5 center level, then at the very least, like, the Pacers would make the playoffs consistently. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be struggling to make it to the second round. Okay? They would actually be probably a pretty damn good basketball team. They would be legitimately one piece away from contending in the East. And they're not in that position. Not at the moment. Okay? Like, I'm going to be honest, even if Ben Mathurin becomes the player we think he is, or becomes a player we think he can be, okay? I still think Myles Turner's not good enough to defend Giannis or Joel Embiid, okay? Or Bam Adebayo, because he consistently gets outplayed by them. He doesn't even make it competitive. I mean, against Joel Embiid, we went over this, during the offseason? Like, Myles Turner's numbers against Joel Embiid are embarrassing. They're not top 5 center numbers. I'm sorry, they're not. When guys like Ivica Zubac, if I said that correctly, is putting up like 30-30s on you, when you're letting guys like Nick Richards put up a 14 and 17 on you, okay, I'm sorry, but those ain't top 5 center qualities. That's all I'm saying. And we can talk about how, his contract is beneficial to the team, and he can shoot a 3-pointer, yada, 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 yada. Centers that shoot threes are important, okay? Listen, man, I'm going to tell you this, okay? All the teams that have won NBA championships, okay, that do the 3-point shooting thing with a center, all have a top 5 player in the NBA on the team. Arguably, 2 top 10 players on their team, okay? With the Warriors, the Lakers, the Bucks. Okay, so yeah, people say, a center that can shoot threes is important. No, it's really not. You know what's important? Having somebody on your team that can defend a center that can shoot a 3. That's what's important. Having a top 5 player in the NBA on your team is important. Okay, that is arguably more important than having a center on your team that can shoot a 3. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Everybody keeps saying this fucking, you got to have a guy that can shoot threes in the NBA. You really fucking don't, okay? Like, all you need is somebody who can defend a center that can shoot threes, okay? There's a reason the Golden State Warriors have won so much, okay? Like, I don't think they've ever had a center on the roster that can legitimately shoot a 3. Who, Kevon Looney? No, the reason that worked out for them is because they have Draymond Green. Okay? Like, a guy who's one of the best defensive power forwards to ever play the game. So I'm just like, I'm at a point now, man, where it's like, you know what? If you believe you're top 5, show me. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten the easy part out of the way of talking about it. You said in the offseason, I'm making the All-Star game. Then we get this bullshit yesterday on Gilbert Arenas' No Chill Gil podcast of all places. I'm a top 5 center in the NBA. Bro, I tried so hard not to laugh when I first saw that. But I'm like, dude, I like the confidence. Don't get me wrong. I like the confidence, but I'm calling a spade, okay? Like, you're not top 5. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know anybody who puts Myles Turner in the top 5 outside of Pacers fans. Like, if I go ask my homeboys who don't even watch fucking basketball, really, who their top 5 centers are, Myles Turner's not going to be in that conversation, okay? I'm just telling you right. Like, Myles Turner's not going to be in there, okay? So I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But my point is, okay, I've heard enough out of Myles Turner at this point to say, okay, well, if it's quote unquote just that easy, okay, you mean to tell me you could have been doing this for 8 years and you've chosen not to? I'm just not buying that. I'm not. I saw what Evan Mobley did to him last night against the Cavaliers. Okay, like, it's just the idea. Myles is an average center. He's kind of like a role-playing center, if we're being honest. Like, Ivica Zubac is better than him statistically. Offensive win shares, defensive win shares as a whole. Like, the only thing that Myles Turner beats him in is, like, points, and I don't even think he beats him in rebounds. I think just points and blocks. But it's just the idea, like, Ivica Zubac has a greater impact on winning on the fucking Clippers of all teams than Myles Turner has on the Pacers. Like, that should say something to you. Okay? Ivica Zubac's win shares is like 7.9. Myles Turner's is like 5.2. So, I know people don't like advanced metrics and don't like stats. Like, there's some stats for yo ass. I don't like them. But it's just the idea, like, usually people lie and numbers don't. But it's just the idea, like, you could argue that the Pacers would probably be a better team with Ivica Zubac as their center because he actually defends, like can defend people at his position, isn't afraid to like put a body on them, and he can score. He, you know, like he actually rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like we kind of need a traditional center, and I know everyone says we don't, but it's just the idea. It's like I'm kind of in the camp where I'm like, yo, if we could just trade Myles Turner for like a lottery pick and draft a guy like fucking Mark Williams or Jalen Duren, it would probably almost be more beneficial to us in a way. We'd probably have a better shot at winning a title. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, but like Myles Turner is so afraid to play against guys like Jokic and Embiid, and like Sabonis not so much because obviously Sabonis was his teammate, but like even Bam Adebayo and Nikola Vucevic, like they cook him every time. So, and you know what? This year's different. I'm gonna go out on a saving grace on this. This year's different. We have Bruce Brown now. We have Jarris Walker. We still have Aaron Nesmith. Like we're preaching defense. Ben Mathurin looks like he's improved a lot on defense. Tyrese Halliburton also looks like he's made an emphasis to get better on defense this offseason. So we will have to wait and see. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying that he's a top 5 center in the NBA and that like he's going to make an all-star team and shit. I'm just not. I think the Pacers are going to win 48 games. They'll be a solid playoff team. And yeah, they'll probably get bounced in the first round depending on who they draw. But it's just the idea. Like Al Horford, bro, I'm convinced Al Horford, old ass Al Horford's probably a better center than Myles Turner. Okay, like just because Al Horford can actually isn't afraid to guard Giannis. He's not afraid to guard Joel Embiid. He doesn't shrink in those moments. And that's the problem with Myles Turner. Myles Turner, as soon as he plays somebody that's significantly better than him, he just shrinks in the moment. And so he's gotten the easy part out of the way talking about the shit. Now let's see him go out there and do it. I'm the Fast Break Report, and out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.